Want to subscribe animation like this? I figured it out so that you don't have to. I was working with another creator and the idea for a subscribe animation just wouldn't leave me alone. That night, I woke up at least 3 times thinking about this video. It's like when strands of hair fall inside your booty crack in the shower. It's annoying and you have to fix it. I knew I had to make this video immediately, even if I wasn't publishing it until October. First, we're going to start inside of Canva. You can choose video and then choose video landscape, or you can choose presentation, which is just going to open up a brand new presentation. Over on the left-hand side, go to elements and type in the word subscribe. Go to graphics, and I'm going to use this one, red button subscribe. You can design this with your own shapes and words and things, but to make this simple for everybody, I am going to use this Canva element. First thing we're going to do is size it down a little bit and put it down. I guide it to the center of the design and bring it down so that that little purple line pops up, because when I let go, that purple line will disappear, and this is in a pretty good spot. Now that you've got it exactly where you want it, click it. If you want to customize it even further to maybe your branding and say, maybe we want a purple or a green, you can do that. Next, duplicate the page. Click on the subscribe element, go up to red and change that to white, and go to white and change that to red, or whatever color you chose for your subscribe icon. I'm going to click on the background and change it to black. We're going to download both of these. Click on share, click on download, down click file type to go to PNG. Make sure the size is 1920 by 1080. Click transparent. Normally, I would do these one at a time, but I'm going to go ahead and zip both files at the same time. Click download. We're going to right-click the zipped file and extract all, extract. And here's what those will look like. Subscribe, subscribe. Let's go into Camtasia and I'll show you what to do next. If you don't have Camtasia, that's okay. There's a possibility that you will be able to do this within your own video editor. It just may not look as cool as it does in Camtasia. Once Camtasia is open, you're going to want your clips in the media bin. Select media, here's media bin. And also, just a little side note, you can add things to your library, and we'll talk about that in a little bit because it's going to help you with the subscribe animation for future videos. Typically, how I would add media to Camtasia is I would use a keyboard shortcut that I've programmed on my Stream Deck. So I click my video editor, I click media on my Stream Deck, and I can add these in. So what you're going to do is go to File, Import, and Media. You can select whatever you need from the media and then open it up. I'm going to go to Library and add the short clip that I've already uploaded and saved to my library. The next thing I'm going to do is zoom this in so that we can really see the size of the clip all across the bottom of the timeline. Go back to the media, this one that looks like a little film, to select the first subscribe icon. I'm going to call this number 1. I know that I want the number 1 subscribe icon to end here. I'm going to go to the end and just drag this all the way down. If for some reason I went ahead and brought this one down as well, by the way, I used S on that to split the clip, it would look like this. Subscribe animation like this. Click on the number 1 subscribe icon, whichever is the main color that you would like. If you're on the media, you can click the letter U and it will open up. Cursor effects, if you continue to click through, you will see left click and right click as well. But first we need to be on this cursor icon and click on this one called cursor path creator. What this is going to do is create a mouse where there wasn't one. So currently it looks like this. Like this. So what we want is that cursor to be bigger so that people can see it. Go over to the properties panel and scale this up. You can scale it as big or as small as you want it, but make it proportional to the subscribe icon. I'm actually going to turn this into 650. I think that would look okay based on the size of this subscribe icon. The next thing we want to do is position the mouse correctly. So I want to go to this yellow dot, which is right here. So I moved the playhead so that I could see where it's going to start. Left click and drag the mouse wherever you would like for it to start. Then we're going to go to this other end, and when I click it, it turns yellow. I'm going to move the playhead just so that we can see where it would go, and left click and put it wherever you want. I think I want it on this S. It would look like this. Animation like this. There is this button called Smooth Cursor Across Edits. Typically, I love this. For today, we're going to turn this off. You don't need to know the why you need to turn it off, but just make sure that it is unchecked. And now what we're going to do is duplicate this one in the same color. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, it's faster than doing the other method. Control D or Command D if you're on a Mac. If you can't use keyboard shortcuts, you can right click and select duplicate. Now we're going to bring this over, I'm left clicking, and drag it down to the line. You might think, oh, well, let me just shrink that up to where it needs to be. Well, that's not going to work because then the cursor doesn't move quick enough and you're going to cut things off. So let's undo that. Number 1 is correct. Number 2 is not correct yet. What we're going to do is replace that with this number 2 clip. So right click, replace selected media on timeline. And what that's going to do is keep the same cursor animation as before. It's a different color, but it has the same cursor animation. I know what you're thinking, but it doesn't end on time. You're right, it doesn't. We're going to click on Edit Cursor Path to fix that. Left click this one on top and click Delete on your keyboard. And now the cursor is in the right place. I'm actually going to left click and move this all the way over. Left click and drag that in. It will look like this. Animation like this. We still need to add the clicking motion and the clicking sound. We're going to do that next. The one that I did at the beginning actually wasn't at 650. It was at 500. I'm going to go ahead and change that just so that it is the exact cursor that I used at the very beginning. What we want to do is add a cursor effect that makes it look like the mouse, the cursor is clicking the subscribe icon. When we do this, there will be more adjustments that need to be made, so keep that in mind. So I want to make sure that the cursor click happens after it gets settled on the S. This is probably a good point right here. Go over to cursor effects. Instead of cursor effects, we're going to look at left click effects because we want one called scaling. This is an effect that happens when there's a cursor click. There isn't a cursor click yet, but there will be. Left click, drag it down, see it's green. We're going to do the same thing with the second media clip. Left click, bring it down, it's green. That means it's been applied. Now we need to add the actual physical click where it will actually look like it selected that button. Over here on the right hand side at properties, left click scaling. If it looks like this, you need to just expand it So double click and it will expand with the playhead where you want it, where it's finished with on the S. Click this plus button, which is going to add a cursor click at playhead. It's now green. We're actually just going to leave the scale at 3.5 and the speed at 7.5, but you can change this if you want to. It's going to go over just like this and then click in and out. It shrinks and then it gets bigger. This one doesn't have a left click scaling yet. We're going to put that one at the beginning. So I put the playhead here. We're going to click this plus button again on left click scaling, add a click, and let's look. There it goes, in and out. Now's when we need to get precise with it before we add any sound effects. I'm using my mouse. I'm left clicking until I see the mouse shrink. I've got that little clip selected. I'm going to use a keyboard shortcut that I've got programmed in called slice or splice. But there is a little button over here, split. I'm sorry, it's called split. There is a little button over here. If S isn't your keyboard shortcut, that will show you. We're going to get rid of that. I'm just going to click delete. Now, I'll left click this and drag it over. And guess what? I need to extend this a little bit to meet the end of the clip or wherever I want it to disappear. It starts and it's really big. I need to switch it when it's small. I need to go ahead and splice here. I'm going to show you the UI way to splice or split a clip. We're going to click this button right there. Take the clip in the middle, delete, bring this to the left, and then drag this to the end. Now it's going to look like this. Starts and stops and clicks. So I don't want all of this dead space where the mouse is just sitting there either. So I'm going to move the playhead to where it starts moving, split it, and then get rid of that. Let's look at this clip right now. Want to subscribe animation like this? Did you see how that went? Now we need to add the clicking sound. On clip number 1, the one with your main color, go to sound. Left click, drag. When you drag it, it's going to highlight the clip that it's going to. Let's see if there's an actual sound. Like this. If you want the mouse click to be a laptop click instead, you can. But for me, I use mouse click. Want to subscribe animation like this? Here's the coolest part. You can take those two clips that have the animation, that have the sound effect, that have the scaling and everything you want. You're going to group those two images together, Control G. And remember when I talked about the library earlier, what I can do with this is use this specific subscribe icon or the one that I've designed every single time. Right click, add to library, subscribe icon. The Creator Classroom asset is a library that I have. Use canvas size. Okay. This is where it's fun. I could put that subscribe icon on any clip I want. I've got this clip right here and I want that subscribe icon. I can go to my media. I can go to the library and find my subscribe icon, right? I could put it there. Pair it with, or I could scale this whole thing down and put it wherever I would like. And you pair it with scaling. The mouse clicks there, everything's there. Each time I want to use it, I don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. I love that. Camtasia isn't just for screen recording tutorials. It's like when strands of hair fall inside your booty crack in the shower. I cannot keep a straight face. Okay, I think members only have to see this.